What's happening, everybody? It's your old pal Mr. Butter coming back at you. It is a windy day out here, but I got a dope pair of kicks that I want to get into. If you're familiar with the channel, you know I'm all about nostalgia, and these kicks that we're going to look at today take me right back to church league basketball. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's look at these Nike Air Flight Lite mids in the University Blue colorway. It is crazy windy out here. I need to get one of those microphone things that block the wind, so if the sound kind of sucks, I apologize, but I don't know. I like to make as many videos as I can, so that means sometimes I don't have any other options. I can't wait for better weather conditions if I'm going to keep on putting out a video every day. But standard GR box, Nike box that we always see. The tag reads Air Flight Lite Mid, and the colors are University Blue and white. This is a size 10.5. The retail price on these was $130, and I got these from the Nike app. And without further delay, oh man, I am loving this pair of kicks. When I was a kid, the Air Flights were one of my most worn shoes. Actually, when I played church league basketball, I played in Flights. I know for at least 2 years, and I always loved that F on the tongue and that F down there on the outsole. You can see it really good because this one's painted in black, but I think on most of them it's just in white. But I love that emblem. I love that Flight branding, and it's Air Flight, so it does have the air unit in the heel and then underneath the forefoot. I didn't really have Jordans when I was a kid, just like they are now. They were really expensive, you know, and it's not that I went without or anything. I didn't grow up, you know, hungry or anything like that. However, my parents, you know, they'd spend like 50 bucks on a pair of shoes at that time in the early 90s, which obviously equals a whole lot more now. I never really had Jordans when I was a kid. I did have Air Flight. So when I first saw that they were bringing these back, I was all about it. And I scooped up the black and white pair like immediately as soon as I saw them. And when I got those in hand, this was well before Christmas, so I had a whole lot of shoes to review anyhow because I had a lot coming in. But when I got those in, the toe boxes were shaped so horribly. I don't know if the panels were all just cut to the wrong size or something, but they looked so bad that I actually sent them back. I ordered them from JD, and I was able to return them at my local Finish Line. So I didn't even do a review of them. I just got my money back for them right away because they were that bad. It stinks because I actually played basketball in that black and white pair, but I would have never worn them because they just looked way too wonky. But anyhow, fast forward to now, blue is my favorite color. I love all these Jordan shoes that we've been getting in University Blue, and I love this pair in University Blue. The shape of this toe box is not at all messed up like that black and white pair was. And I saw Chris from Wear Testers also saying that he had a pair of those black and white ones, and they looked horrible. But materials on these are actually pretty decent. They are synthetic, I believe, but they have a nice feel and a nice appearance to them. And for the retail price of $130, I don't mind not having premium suede or anything like that. This is a University Blue, and as soon as I saw this, I just thought that the color was kind of darker than the other University Blue shoes that I have. The ones that came to mind are the University Blue 6s and the University Blue 1s. This weather's crazy. I don't know how evident it is on camera, but you can definitely tell the 6 University Blue is a little bit lighter, but it's also just kind of a different shade of blue when compared to the University Blue on this Air Flight Mid. But I don't mind. It's just a little bit different of a color than what you have on the 6 and also on the 1. Because this color, this nubuck on these matches the blue on the University Blue 1s that I have as well. But getting into the review, these came out originally in the early 90s, just like the 6 that we were just looking at. And you can see that it's got kind of like a herringbone traction pattern here under the forefoot and then the heel. And then it's got all these circles. And that also reminds me of the 6 and the 7 outsole. There you can see on that tread pattern, it's got a lot of those circles too. It might be hard to see those circles because they're in black, but definitely reminiscent of each other, and you can tell that they came from that same period. There in the midfoot, it's got Nike Air branding, and it just looks dope. Definitely gives you that retro vibe from that time. But then coming up, this midsole is really squishy. It's a foam, and it's got some painted accents on it. The paint isn't really neat. It's kind of a little bit sloppy. But again, for that price point of $130, I don't mind that too much. But you can tell here towards the front of this black, I don't know if you can see that that's not really straight, and it's just looks like my 3-year-old did it, but I don't mind. It's all right. Anyhow, it's a soft foam. There at the back, you can see that F for flight is painted in. And on the inside of the shoe, it's just left blank white. And of course, like I said earlier, this does have air units inside of the shoe, but you can't see them like you can on a lot of Jordans and other shoes from that era. But then coming up from that, we get this University Blue. I don't know if you would consider this Durabuck. It definitely doesn't feel like it's a genuine material. It does feel a little bit synthetic, but I think it looks really nice, and it actually feels good. It does feel nice and soft to the touch, but you don't get a lot of like motion out of it or anything like that. And it's really thin cuts. You can see there on the mudguard and the toe box, it's just a really thin cut of material. But then you have that University Blue for the entire upper. I like this emblem on the back. I think that's pretty neat looking with the basketball and the Nike. And then on the sides, you have like a synthetic black leather. I think on the description on the Nike website, it said it was pebbled, but it's just a synthetic material. It's not real. And then you've got this white synthetic leather swoosh over top of that. The tongue kind of feels like a 6 tongue. It almost has like a neoprene type feel. And it has like elastic bands down off the side of it that allow it to really sit tight on your foot. But I really like this sock liner. I think that's a neat touch. But let me know what you think of them.